Yo, it's Marlon Speaks Live. Yeah, I'm saying what they hide. History uncensored, let the real survive. Yeah, it's truth over comfort, I don't pick no side. If it shake the room a little, let the truth collide. Cause it's Marlon Speaks Live. No script, no disguise. I don't sell no lies, just to monetize. Cause the past still breathing and it never dies. Yeah, it's Marlon Speaks Live. Now the truth will rise. Yo, it's Marlon Speaks Live. Yeah, I'm saying what they hide. History uncensored, let the real survive. Welcome back. Welcome back. Another episode of Marlon Speaks Live, man. I'm your host, Mo B. Marlon. I thank y'all for subscribing, for liking. I just want y'all to look. Y'all come up in here today, like this video, man. Yeah, y'all come on up in here, man. We're going to talk about this. Y'all come on up in here. Yeah, this shit ridiculous. As y'all know, what I talk about on here, know y'all been seeing it. It's ridiculous. I swear I didn't want to talk about this because it's ridiculous. But yeah, so let's get into it, man. I really feel like this society we live in really want to see our brothers destroy each other, like really enjoy it. You know, it's like in the Roman times, you know, they would have the you know, slaves go out there in the Colosseum and the animals eat them up, you know, and they just, you know, all the elite, all the upper class people sit in the audience and watch the lower class people get tore to shreds. And that's what hip hop seems to be. Hip hop seems to be, you know, supposed to represent them people from the lower class tearing each other up. When the culture was created, it was the exact opposite. It was created to build us up. It was created to uplift our people, created to give us a sense of pride. You know, something that we could call our own, something that, you know, we could share love, share information, share culture, you know, across wherever you was from. You know, New York, of course, that's where it started, but it spread quickly. And sad, man, on this day, when Martin Luther King Day supposed to represent peace, right? It's sad on a day like today that we got to be discussing two powerful brothers that got a voice. They both represent God. Like, they are men made in God's image, both of them. And it seemed to me they both practice in hate. But they're not the only ones in hip hop that practice hate. All of hip hop seems to one degree or another practice that. Not every, I can't say every individual. It's a lot of righteous people in hip hop too. But overall, a lot of the people that run these labels, a lot of the artists, a lot of just people in the music business, period. And I know it's not just hip hop. So I'm not here to bash hip hop. I love hip hop. I love the culture. I love the music. I love the dance. I love the expression. You know, the way we dress. I love it all. But what seemed to be going on, you know, with our prominent, you know, hip hop brothers, prominent musicians in hip hop, man, they abuse. It's like they're abusing it, man. And I just can't stand to see it. You know, this whole thing's supposed to be over Pooh Shiesty, which to be honest with y'all, I couldn't even tell you one of his songs. I know he a big artist. It's just the energy. You know, I'm a big energy type of person. That's actually what my company means, synergy. big energy. But yeah, I'm big on energy. I'm big on how artists make me feel. And so when I listen to some of Pooh Shiesty music, and I don't feel good after I listen to it. I feel, man, it's violent. And we way more than that. I be looking at Pooh Shiesty like, man, don't you know how much greatness you got inside of you? Like, you a man made in God's image, boy. Me, young man. Like, wow. And this is the message you put out here. All of these young drill rappers, that's how I look at them. Like, man, y'all know how powerful your tongue is? And that's the energy you want to put out into the universe for it to come back to you? Yeah, I just don't get it. But he young, so I ain't gonna say just give him a pass, because he grown. But Gucci and Gotti are about my age. They in their 40s, approaching 50. No reason for these super grown ass men to be going back and forth with each other. No reason at all. But as we know, in this culture, in hip hop, as we know, age don't mean nothing. Age don't mean a thing. These, older hip hop people, they get into more street stuff than the younger ones do. Nowadays, it seems like, to a certain degree. Yeah, and I heard it was over. I heard the Yo Gotti and Gucci beef started over a girl. I remember hearing about that back in the day, or saying some years ago. Yeah, and that's a whole nother thing. In our community, man. Well, it's not just in our community. Men in general will crash out over a woman. And on the flip side, a lot of men use messing with a chick to call themselves messing with the man. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically playing little mind games type stuff. And just no place for it, man. Especially right now. And that's what I said on Martin Luther King Day in 2026, with everything that's going on with this administration, man, trying to undermine civil rights. Man, I never thought I'd see this day. They turn civil rights to work for a white man. I don't know if y'all been seeing that, but yeah, I'm plan on doing a video about that later too. But yeah, man, this whole Yo Gotti Gucci beef over, I guess, Pooh Shiesty not comfortable with. Here, I got a video I'm gonna play.
Hey, this message is to all the racist bigots out there who are claiming black fatigue. What's really going on is white fatigue, okay? We are sick and tired
get this right.
of listening to you tell stories about your Uncle Cletus McCracken. Okay, Stacy, we're sick and tired of you weaponizing your Bible, okay? Your family tree that's in the shape of a wreath. Okay, Susan, we're really tired of hearing you spew gospel and Bible verses and all this other shit and turning around and delighting in the discomfort and misfortune of the people being harmed by this crime syndicate regime. Okay, we're sick and tired of you guys claiming to be patriots, but your brand of patriotism doesn't abide the Constitution. You are the antithesis of patriotic. Okay? We're sick and tired of hearing about it, John, about your black fatigue, when really what's going on is that you need to go to therapy and you need to unpack the patriarchal authoritarian religion that you've been indoctrinated into, and also unpack your white supremacy culture and your racism. Okay? You're a bigot and a misogynist. And we're fatigued from that. We are fatigued from hearing about.
Damn, my bad. Whole nother video playing.
Already, Mr. Nigga, what it do, man? Nigga just got off work. Hey, listen though, I want to tell y'all something, man. Y'all go check out the game later. Go check out uh the Battle Test podcast, man. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, man, don't lose yourself because you want to be a part of the shit show. Don't be like the nigga that goddamn he got to go to jail in order to get recognition. Don't be like the nigga that got to goddamn he go get assassinated or you know.
Man, what you talking about, bro? I thought he was finna go into the whole clips. Yeah, this not nothing I want to watch.
Everybody hit that like button, man. Y'all know what time.
Hold on. This Seti Nash.
I told y'all the internet can be a strange place. And as we continue to move forward and call these guys out for the nonsense, it's only gonna get stranger. Now, I gotta tip my hat. I gotta tip my hat to all of y'all in the audience that's standing on the real business because I saw y'all in the comments on SETI video calling them out. You talking about all of this and that, but it's paperwork on you, and he's still trying to deny it. He's still trying to say, "Well, I ain't got no paperwork on me," and that's all the more reason why he needs to be called out. Because you saying you mad at Butter because he said he didn't do it, and Trenches News because he said he didn't do it, and all of this, and the whole time you doing the same thing. This is when you separate the real from the fake. Because if you really, really didn't do nothing, and you I would be running to go get my paperwork. Think about this. You can get everybody else's paperwork. You know everybody else's business, but you can't go get your own paperwork to prove that you didn't call the police on your brother and clear your name of that? Because you made a statement too. I got the proof that you made a statement. But yeah, the cop calling Crip is now backtracking on his Pooh Shiesty claims. And we gonna run this video. I know y'all hate when I run the cop calling Crip
Oh,
clips.
this ain't Seti
The
Nash.
cop calling Crip clips. I know y'all hate that, but I gotta do it because this is how we, navigate through the nonsense, man. So I'm
Oh,
gonna run this
he
clip.
don't agree with Seti Nash. I thought that was Seti Nash.
Before the video even gets started, I want to put y'all onto the best money play right now on the internet called Free Cash. These new artists in Memphis and sign them to get back at Yo Gotti. Initially, the plan was genius and it was working tremendously. Gucci had Pooh Shiesty and Big Scar under his roster, and those two were like the two hottest young artists in hip hop at that time. But now, when looking back, that move is backfiring against Gucci and could potentially get Gucci hurt really badly. The Yo Gotti and Gucci Mane beef that led Gucci Mane to start signing these Memphis artists actually started when Gucci Mane found out that Yo Gotti was sleeping with his girlfriend around the same time he was. And then on top of finding out that Yo Gotti was smashing Keisha around the same time Gucci began dating her, Gucci was mad at Yo Gotti for trying to drop his album on the same day as him.
Man, the first time Gucci ever tweeted me, I was in the studio. Somebody sent it to me, and I called his phone like 6 times in a row. He answered probably like on the 6th one.
He was upset that you put your mixtape out the same day as his.
Yeah, I mean, but he ain't say my name. He just like, why would a rapper do it? But, you know, shit, when nobody shit coming out but mine on the same day. So, you know.
I thought you asked me for a chick. I thought you were smashing his chick or something.
Yeah, you guys had some issues over Keisha Dior.
Gotti starts laughing and smiling.
I'm taking you from where it started. We're going to get to that.
Yeah, let him get to that.
Okay. But then you started smashing his chick, and then he got angry.
Then he went to jail, and you started dating Keisha Dior.
Nah, then it was like, to me, I still felt like he was cool because like one of my partners was with me. Like we argue all the time, and that's just what we do. Like it'll never come to Twitter or a radio interview or nothing like that. Then he got on the radio and said something. That's when it was like, okay, I don't cross that line. Like it's, you know what I mean? It'll never be like we cool no more.
Now I'm gonna go bang his girl.
I had already done that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But that was your.
So you banged your partner's girl?
Damn, Gotti. You ain't my friend, man.
But that was your girlfriend, though, right? Wasn't that like?
Gotti said, "Envy my partner." Oh, I didn't know that was your wife.
I ain't know that. Like, I ain't know that. I ain't know, like, you know, like you in love and all that.
Yeah, I got you.
Come on, man. You know how the game go.
You smash my girl, I'm going to go in the market that you're currently eating in and dominate that market and make sure you don't eat. That was Gucci Mane's plan. Because Gucci Mane took a couple of big artists from Yo Gotti. Obviously, Pooh Shiesty is the biggest artist in Memphis. And Gucci Mane took Pooh Shiesty from Yo Gotti. So that right there was a major L that Gucci Mane gave Yo Gotti. Everything was working, though. Everything was going as planned until Pooh Shiesty went to jail, and that's when things fell apart. It began to fall apart when Pooh Shiesty went to jail because when Pooh Shiesty went to jail, him and Gucci Mane's relationship took a hit after his cousin, Big Scar, who's also signed to Gucci Mane, passed away. See, when Big Scar passed away, this really affected Pooh Shiesty. This was one of the closest losses that Pooh Shiesty has ever took.
Big Scar passing away, like, I could agree with me being in there and having some alone time to think. I could really agree with it, but like to this day, I still ain't really got over that. You know what I'm saying? So it's my little cousin. Like I was there, you know, every step of the way until, unfortunately, I wasn't there no more. You know, so me coming home to that, like being in there when you hear a death and you know you get the bad news, it don't feel real, especially like without you being able to go to a funeral or see him like right there. So it just like, it's like a whole different world in there. So it ain't feel real, but me getting out here not being able to see him or call him or him to tell me welcome home, you know, still messing with me up for real. So I ain't really got over it yet. Some things about Big Scar, like some of his characteristics, like dude was like a real like comedian for real, you know.
With Pooh Shiesty being locked up, he couldn't do what he really wanted to do for Big Scar because he's been locked up. He has no means to an income. He has no resources. So he was relying on Gucci Mane to show out for Big Scar and really represent for the entire label, including Pooh Shiesty. So Pooh Shiesty was really disappointed when Big Scar's family, which is also his family because they're cousins, began to call out Gucci Mane and expose Gucci Mane for not paying for the entire funeral and asking for Big Scar's chains to be returned back to him because he paid for it, even though he gave the chains to Big Scar.
Out of here. My brother just passed away, ho. He deserved way more than what Gucci put in. He was talking about some flowers and 10K. He ain't paid.
I got the chat up on the screen too, man, and the chat count, just so you know y'all can see yourself being represented.
For no funeral. He put towards the funeral, but he ain't pay for it. He said that he was gonna pay for the funeral, and he ain't do that. But it was gonna get paid for regardless. He gonna
Hold up, my screen it froze up. Did it? Yeah, it froze.
And he ain't do that. But it was gonna get paid for regardless. He want all 4 chains back. He ain't getting no girl, fuck them receipts. Don't nobody give a fuck about them receipts showing those 20K. I'm telling y'all what the fuck I seen. It's on a receipt for 10K that we get. What the fuck? She just trying to clear up her husband's name. He ain't trying to come to us and talk to us as a man. He ain't trying to come and talk to us as a man. He ain't called my daddy phone about shit. He ain't called my daddy phone about shit. And then he blocked us. We ain't money hungry. We don't need his money because it was going to get paid regardless if he would have sucked that 10K or not. The fuck is wrong with y'all? And we keeping them chains. He not getting them chains back. My brother earned them chains.
Pooh Shiesty wasn't feeling what Gucci did to Big Scar at all, or what the family was accusing Gucci of doing. Pooh Shiesty loyalty is with Big Scar and his family. So if they're not rocking with Gucci, he not rocking with Gucci. That's why when Pooh Shiesty came home, a lot of people were like, yo, where the first day out at? He ain't dropped a first day out for a while because he was trying to handle business. He wanted off the label. He told Gucci, I want off the label. Get me off. Gucci refused to get him off the label. Gucci refused. So what Pooh Shiesty did was Pooh Shiesty began to align himself and get close to Yo Gotti. And Yo Gotti and Pooh Shiesty began to devise up a plan, right, to go down a legal route to get Pooh Shiesty, off of Gucci's label. That's just a fact. That's why in First Day Out, what did Pooh Shiesty do? Pooh Shiesty shouted out Yo Gotti, ain't shout out Gucci Mane at all.
Hey, I don't know who need to hear this, man, but no, I'm lying. Hey, Gucci Mane, LaFleur, you went and signed 100 niggas from Memphis, Tennessee, to try to antagonize Gotti all because he your wife. Then you dropped them little niggas and killed Pooh, and not Gotti done took Pooh Shiesty from you. How I feel to have a Memphis nigga, man, take your wife and your #1 artist. You gotta tighten up, Gucci. All that goofy shit you were doing. Signing 100 niggas from Memphis, Tennessee, you ain't never heard them niggas mixtape. Just signing a nigga trying to antagonize a nigga. And we know about the other little shit that just happened too. Yeah, we gonna run that later on though, Gucci. Real shiesty around here, I see. Hey, y'all pray for Gucci.
Here's where things get violent. Pooh Shiesty is already really upset at Gucci Mane for the Big Scar situation. He comes home, he wants off the label. Gucci Mane ain't trying to let him off the label. Pooh Shiesty right now is the hottest ever. He's as hot as he has ever been. Gucci Mane ain't trying to let that go. But is beyond he wants off the label. It's also an added layer of I'm fresh out of jail. I'm with CMG, I'm with Yo Gotti. Those my partners. We already got a deal in place. All that's needed is for Gucci Mane to sign me out this current deal, and I got the CMG deal on it. Yo, I heard Yo Gotti and CMG is offering Pooh Shiesty almost 10 M's. So Pooh Shiesty, fresh out of jail, is looking at almost 10 M's on the table. That's a Gucci Mane signature away from being deposited in his account. And Gucci ain't trying to... Man, but Pooh Shiesty ready to knock somebody's head off, man, for that 10 M's, bro. Straight up. And according to people around CMG and Yo Gotti, Gucci is thinking there's some reconciliation here. Pooh Shiesty is at a point right now where there ain't no reconciliation. There ain't no fixing Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane issues. Pooh Shiesty wants off the label, like, again, by force, by coercion, or Gucci Mane could just do it an easy way. But Gucci is thinking he could reconcile. Pooh Shiesty is at a point where he can't reconcile, according to Hernandez Govain.
That was back when Ed was painted the Cadillac pink. That was a long time ago. And I ain't necessarily confirming nothing as it relates to any robberies or anything like that. Because I'm sure me. Somebody, arrested or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? You feel me on that?
That's for sure. I feel like just the crazy thing is that, a lot of people, when this news first came out, okay, I feel like people were
craziest part about all of this kind of stuff, you had these nerdy white podcasters kind of like instigating this stuff. This dude, Trap Lore, I think he all the way from London. He way in London, and he sit on the computer and instigate, you know, these men, man, and God's images business. Like he instigate these rappers' business, and it's just sickening, man, to see how this technology is being basically abused. But on the flip side, I always said, you know, really since gangster rap even came out, like it don't make sense to be talking about street stuff and recording it. It never did to me. I never understood it. Like I always like looked at rap like speak about something that you wish for yourself, something good. No matter where you at in your life, speak life in your songs. Speak life, man, because that's what you want. You want life. So speak it instead of speaking death and speaking street stuff. Stuff that can, get you implicated. Because these dang on YouTuber dudes, they are doing all the work for the police. If the police not paying attention already, they start paying attention after them.
Saying this is cap, ain't no way this is true. But then now everybody's going back and looking at that FDO song. They're saying, hang on a minute, why is Pooh Shiesty shouting out Yo Gotti on the First Day Out song?
Yo
Gotti. He
Gotti.
shouting out his CEO, Gucci Mane. Like, what? People are thinking, okay, this making sense now.
It's just, it's a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? They be like on the outside looking in, Trap, man, and now they be out of the loop.
He call him Trap.
And, like you just said, you just made a great point. Pooh ain't with Gucci Mane because of how he carried Big Scar when Big Scar, when Big Scar died. You know what I'm saying? He was instead of being focused on paying for the funeral, you asking for them cheap ass 1017 chains back. Not the disc Scar chains because I'm saying cheap to Gucci. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be worth a few $100 million, you know what I'm saying? So you worried about some little change, you let that man
in the time of death.
He earned it, so
in the time of death, man, I just couldn't see myself arguing with nobody about who gonna pay for it. It don't matter who pay for it. To me, like the person dead, he ain't coming back. We gotta bury him. Let's bury him, man. Let's remember them, and let's try to make sure this stuff don't happen again. See, but their reaction to, when their loved one passed away, worried about who gonna pay for what, that lets you know that that's gonna keep happening in their family. Pray it don't, but just gauging off, like their reaction to like basically who gonna pay for it, man. Look, just bury your loved one. You gotta take care of their business. It don't matter who pay for it. But I get what the young lady was saying. I guess they feel like it's a principle. I work for GM. I got life insurance. So yeah, that would be like, that's my employer. So I get it. But at the same time, I would say keep that, within your family. Don't broadcast that. Everything not for the internet. You know what I'm saying? Everything is not for the internet. Some things should be in private. And that's what I think is the ultimate problem, man. Everybody going to the internet with their business.
And Pooh, Pooh and that was Pooh little cousin, you know what I'm saying? So Pooh took that to heart, and so he ain't no way he was coming home. Pooh wasn't finna go against his family for Gucci, you know what I'm saying? So that's how everything played out.
Damn, man. Yeah, no, I was.
Yo, if Gucci Mane asks for Big Scar's chain back, that's probably worth about $20,000 while he's up M's after Big Scar passed away. That's wrong. And I don't even see how he could see how they would ever forgive him for that. Now, here's the thing. All right, Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane were both in LA before Pooh Shiesty turned himself back into the halfway house. Now, when they were both in the city, a robbery took place. Now, apparently, Pooh Shiesty orchestrated a Suge Knight, Vanilla Ice-esque situation. Gucci Mane was unwilling to sign Pooh Shiesty out of his deal.
All right, yeah, I'm done with this. I don't really, like I said in my previous live, That's not what my channel is about. I just want to try to give clarity to this, man, because, once it hit the internet, any and everybody can speak on it, but it's how you speak on it, to me, that matter. Just like I said with the Trap Lord Ross dude, he just it seemed like he create content, only focusing on the crimes. I'm making this content to come up with a solution to the problems within our community, right? And so, this whole thing is just yet another example of brothers, but I haven't seen Gucci or Gotti going at each other. So that's what kind of make this kind of content dangerous. Because everybody just talking. They just creating these stories out the thin air. And you probably never gonna see Gucci or Gotti discuss this publicly. I saw the Breakfast Club thing where Gotti was talking about, and that was years ago. And at that time, it wasn't quite like it is now with all these YouTubers chiming in, right? So it's just, it's a different time, man. The times have changed. And that's the only reason I created my channel, to try to add some clarity to, subjects like this. Our people going at each other when we could be building. We could be, it's a thing within the younger hip hop community where they always say, man, it's beef forever. Like, it's like, what? How? I don't understand how you can call yourself gonna have beef with somebody forever. I just don't get it. I'm a real forgiving person though, and it ain't even about the person to me though. It's about the spirit. You can your spirit. A lot of times these issues that we think we have with other people, it be stuff, internal stuff, unresolved issues within us that we have going on. When I hear somebody say they never forgive somebody, that mean they got something going on within them. For you to say you will never forgive somebody, that mean it's internal. You have some unresolved issues to say that. But that's just my interpretation of that, man. Like if we can never forgive somebody, that mean you have a you problem. Because we should be not only open but willing to forgive. And it ain't for them, it's for us. And then not only that, especially when we in the same business, why not build a bridge? Not to say we're gonna be friends, but let's a coalition. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I always looked at hip hop as. We this because this is the best business in the world to be in. If y'all don't know, this is the best business in the world to be in. You make the kind of money that musicians make. Anytime you getting royalties, that's the best business. You making money in your sleep. And that's why I believe a lot of, I think people just love to see these artists target each other, to tear each other down, to see their empires, in limbo. So yeah, man. Yeah, I'm just gonna end this by saying this, man. On a day, like today that we commemorate Martin Luther King Day, a day of peace, a day of reflection. I'm gonna say, man, look, everybody get in tune with themselves today, and really, 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 really pray and meditate, especially with during these times that we in. Some real troubling times for our people, especially. It never changed for us. They always got it out for us. So I'm gonna say this, man. Look, it's time to spiritually connect, connect physically, and we gotta like when we do, we can't be online with it. We have to figure out a way to take all of this energy, this great energy that we got within our community, offline and build secretly. Because right now, they watching. You already know they watching. They waiting for our people to do anything right now. So we got to be very strategic. It's a channel that I start watching. It's a former Black Panther. I'm gonna come back with that. My reaction. I'm gonna share my reaction to that, and I want y'all to join me, man. I got a lot of content coming. Got a lot of documentaries that I'm working on. Like I said, I plan on going out into my community, and just sharing some interaction with some of my local people. And so look forward to all of that content. Until then, like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll be back with more. One.